رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. I'm your teacher Sayyid Shanila, and we are studying environmental studies, and we had completed 3 units by the grace of Allah by now, and we will see the exercise portion part of the unit. We had seen what were the traditional methods of storing water in the earlier days in this unit and the modern ways of storing water. So we are going to see the exercise. So the first question is, answer in short. Why should we store water? Why should we store water? Answer it. So this is a general question, and the answer of it knows to everyone. Even those who are illiterate also, they can also answer this question because it is of human concern. So we are totally dependent on rainwater. We are totally dependent on rain for water. We get water from rain. We need water all round for our needs. All year round, we need water for our needs. So we will not have enough water if we don't save it. If we don't save it, if we let it pass or let it flow without saving it, we won't have water. We won't have water even for a month. So we need to save water for that purpose. So that's why we need to save it, and that's why we store it. The next question, what were the traditional ways of storing water? So we had seen in this unit what were the traditional ways of storing water in detail, but here you have to write it in a short form. So traditionally water used to be stored by creating wells, drawwells, tanks in forts, earthen or masonry burns or tanks, old reservoirs and tanks. Traditionally water used to be stored by creating wells, drawwells, and even tanks in forts were created. Earthen or masonry burns were created on rivers, and reservoirs and tanks were created. The next question, what is a dam built on? Can you answer? Everyone can answer. A dam is generally built across a river to hold back and contain water in a lake or reservoir. So a dam is generally built across, रिवर के अंदर नहीं बिल्ड होता, उसके बाहर या कहीं दूर पे बिल्ड होता, और टू होल्ड बैक एंड कंटेन वाटर इन अ लेक और रिजर्वर. डैम एक रिजर्वायर है और फिर वो पानी रोकने के लिए डैम इज बिल्ड अक्रॉस अ रिवर. The next one is, what must we keep in mind while using water? What must we keep in mind while using water? So the answer is, next to air, water is the most important element for the preservation of life. What is the most important element? We need water for our day-to-day lives. In every thing we use water. Like every course is dependent on water. Even every animal is dependent on water for its survival. Food and water are the basic necessities. So next to air, water is the most important element for the preservation of life. If not managed properly, will result in shortages in the near future. Definitely, if you won't save it properly or don't manage it properly, we will face shortage of water. The main thing we must keep in mind while using water is the proper use of it for any work like agriculture, washing, cleaning, etc. So we should keep in mind that we should use it thriftily and economically for any work like agriculture, washing, cleaning, etc. Now homework. How can water be saved in places with water shortage? Suggest what can be done. You have to suggest, like especially in the desert areas or those of shortage. Even our city faces shortage of water in summer. So what should we do? सबसे पहले जब बारिश होती, when it rains, at that time only we should uh, we should start using it economically. We should avoid wastage of water from the first thing, because you may see whenever tap water comes, roads are and ditches are filled with tap water. So this is the main reason of shortage of water. Even the dams, when it's like the government doesn't pay heed because to the shortage of water, मतलब गवर्नमेंट ही ध्यान नहीं देती है. आपने देखा होगा roads are filled with water, especially the ditches on the roads are filled with water whenever tap water comes. So what should we do? We should avoid wastage of water. We should check the pipeline of the water, and we should even install short tanks. We should install tanks and avoid wastage of water. What good habits must we cultivate in order to use water economically? Like same as it is the same as the above. Good habits: we must use water economically. We should avoid unnecessary wastage of water. We should keep a check on our taps or faucets, whether they are closed properly or not. What are the modern methods of storing water? What are the modern methods of storing water? Dams. Dams is an example. Even you can Google it and write it for your further, in order to get further or higher level of knowledge. You should write what are the methods of storing water. How are panpois useful to people? How? In summer, poor people cannot afford filtered water bottles. So what they do, they drink water from these panpois. These panpois are very useful for poor people and the pedestrians who can't afford Bisleri bottles. And they fill in the blanks. The forts had dash and tanks dug into the stone. The forts had reservoirs and tanks dug into the stone. Dash in Sangli district had a draw well in every vada. Maharashtra has several large dams such as Jakwadi, Dash, Ujni and Yeldari. These fill in the blanks are very easy to solve, and even the answers are very easy to solve. I hope you have understood the lesson and even the exercise section. Please maintain a book for writing down the homework, and do your homework sincerely as you do in the school while the school is going on. As soon as the school opens, we will check your homework. So do not delay and procrastinate in doing homework. So stay safe and stay hygienic. Jazakallah khairan for listening. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.